In this lecture, we will discuss business liability insurance, including general and professional liability insurance and other add-ons and considerations, and how to determine what insurance you need. At the end, we will also address health, life, and disability insurance, which is a completely separate topic, but it's commonly asked about. First part, general and professional liability insurance. Business insurance, or in other words, cover your assets, it's important to any entrepreneur or self-employed person. Let's illustrate the different types of coverage that will be included in liability insurance policies. General liability covers things like bodily injury to anyone at your location or a client's location while conducting your business, property damage to your business or someone else's property, personal injury such as copyright infringement or injury to reputation, and coverage of legal defense against lawsuits. Professional liability is often referred to as error and omissions insurance. An error would be if you did something you shouldn't have done, while an omission would be if you didn't do something you should have done. This covers intangible things called wrongful acts, including libel and slander or neglect, misrepresentation, breach of confidentiality, misleading statements in advertising, or even a client who takes your advice, has a negative outcome, and blames you for it, even if it wasn't your fault. Now, let's see what is not covered. If a claim is filed against your company, the business is only liable for the accusation that can be proven to be a direct result of conducting business. Willful misconduct done by you, your employees, or clients, such as fraud, abuse, molestation, harassment, or sexual misconduct, would not be covered under liability insurance. Which type of insurance would I need for my business? Professional liability is applicable if you share any form of information or advice, which applies to many service businesses like accountants, therapists, consultants, tutors, marketers, etc. General liability is applicable to most businesses because they have a physical location and or meet with staff or customers in person. If you work independently from home and you meet only virtually with customers or clients, then you likely do not need general liability. Here are a couple of examples. If you are a life coach and you rent a small office to conduct business, should there be a break-in at your office or a client injures themselves while in a session with you, the owner of the building where you rent your office space is not liable for any losses that occur. Carrying general liability insurance for your business protects you from being personally financially responsible for unforeseen expenses related to the general operations of your business. It can also cover you in the event you can now work for a period of time, depending on the nature of the loss. Carrying general liability insurance for your business protects you from being personally or financially responsible for unforeseen expenses related to the general operation of your business. It can also cover you in the event you can now work for a period of time, depending on the nature of the loss. You will also want professional liability insurance covers for issues related to mistakes or misrepresentation in your advertising, or for mistakes in communication or coaching and resulting in damages to others or accusations of damages. If you are a life coach who can only provide services online from your home office, in that case, you don't have employees and you do not provide services in person through other businesses, then you will likely never have a need for general liability insurance. However, professional liability insurance protects you against any intangible risks. Other insurance considerations and add-ons. There are other coverages that you can add to your liability policy, such as service interruption or business interruption insurance. For example, if you have a place outside your home where you run your business and the place catches on fire and forces a temporary interruption of your business, then you would be financially compensated for the time in which you cannot run your business. We also have workers' compensation, which is an insurance required in most states for any business with at least 4 full or part-time employees. Note that partners, sole proprietors, and owner-operators do not count as employees. Business Owner's Policy, or BOP, it's an option you can add to your general liability policy that adds extra coverage for equipment under your business. If you need expensive equipment to do business, this is an important add-on. What if you almost never do anything in person because you're a virtual life coach, but occasionally you hold an event? In that case, you can purchase short-term general liability insurance coverage for an event or for a short period of time. If you use a car to transport goods or transport clients, you may need a separate commercial vehicle insurance policy in addition to your regular car insurance. Even if you do not transport anything other than yourself for business purposes, you may still need to disclose the business use of your car to your car insurance company. When getting insurance for your vehicle, you will be asked about your profession and how many miles you drive for business. When the insurance company writes your policy, they will take all of this into consideration. As an example, if you go to your clients' homes to provide your services, you are a fitness trainer and you put an average of 2,000 miles on your car each month, your premium insurance will likely be higher than if you just work from home and you only put 1,000 miles on your car per month. However, again, unless you're transporting clients or goods, the higher cost is related only to the amount you drive. Rates will be higher for higher risk professions than those with lower risk. If you have any questions about how much and what type of insurance you need for your personal vehicles, reach out to your auto insurance agent. It is also important to note that if you run your business strictly from your home, you have to keep in mind that home businesses can be just as vulnerable to theft, fire, personal liability claims, and other risks just as a business that is based in an office. It can create significant loss to you if your computer system is stolen or destroyed, or if a client comes to your house for a coaching session and suffers an injury. Do not assume that your home insurance company will cover any business-related claims if you're actually operating your business from home. Many insurance companies will offer homeowners coverage for home-based businesses. However, they will often require an endorsement or a rider to a policy that specifically authorizes coverage for your business, and it will result in an increase in your insurance premium. When making the decision to purchase insurance, discuss your business functions with your insurance company or with your lawyer, as there may be hidden factors that you may not be aware of, and you want to be sure that you and your business are both covered. If at first you have only professional liability coverage, make sure that you update your policy if your business model changes and you have employees now. Begin to conduct business outside of your home or contract with others for their services. Do I have to have insurance? If so, do I need it before I even get started? Many independent entrepreneurs start out without insurance. If you are doing very low touch, low risk work, like coaching people on setting goals, then you have a very low likelihood of liability, and therefore many coaches in this example do not have liability insurance when they first get started. However, if you have high-risk businesses and a physical location where customers or clients enter. It is not advisable to wait to become insured. As an example, for the first year of teaching fitness classes, I was not even aware that a fitness instructor should carry general liability insurance to protect the business from a bodily injury claim. As time went, the benefit of having the protection of this type of coverage became clear, and I did purchase a general liability insurance policy that was specifically designed to meet the needs of a US-based personal trainer and exercise coach. This type of coverage can also extend to virtual training, which is especially important during COVID-19 and after, when almost all fitness trainings have switched to Zoom meetings. General liability coverage now protects me if I was legally obligated to pay damages for bodily injury to others that occurred as a direct result from my fitness classes. It also provides coverage for damage to the property of others resulting from my fitness instruction activities. A professional liability policy was also written that provides coverage for wrongful acts, as were noted previously. So, to recap, it's always advisable to be protected by property liability insurance. However, there is no legal requirement to do so, so it's up to you. What if I'm a contractor, meaning I do work through another businesses, but I'm not an employee? Well, it's important in this case to illustrate how this applies to self-employed persons or contractors versus employees. An employee, it's a person who is hired to provide services on a regular basis in exchange for a certain compensation. The employer provides liability insurance to its employees through the company's professional and general liability insurance when the employee is on the company's time and or it's in the company's facilities. If a business contracts you to provide a service, you are an independent contractor, even if you do not officially sign a contract. Independent contractors are rarely covered under a company's business insurance, and so as an independent contractor, you would be liable for any incidents that may occur as a direct result of your services while you are working for another company. An independent contractor is personally responsible for carrying liability insurance, both professional and general, and it is often required that you provide proof of coverage to each company that you have a contract with. Question: aren't LLCs and corporations already providing liability protection? Sole proprietorships and partnerships have no legal liability protection for the owners. The owners themselves are responsible for all business debts, including liability for any tangible or intangible damages, as discussed. With LLCs and corporations, the type of liability protection they provide, it's not the same as liability insurance. These business entities make the business itself a separate entity from the human, you, who owns it. This means if your business was to be sued or otherwise liable for any debt or damages, your business is required to cover the cost. However, you as a person, you're not. This means that your business could be sued and you could lose everything in your business, but they cannot come after you personally for your personal assets. As you can see, this still leaves your business and its assets at risk. Therefore, even with an LLC or a corporation, liability insurance is still necessary to protect. One difference is that when you have an LLC or a corporation, it's your company that owns the insurance policy, while with a sole proprietorship or a partnership, it is the individual person who owns that insurance policy. Let's see other questions. How much liability insurance should you carry? Each situation is unique, but as a general guideline, the type of business you operate should determine how much general liability insurance you need. A good rule of thumb for most small businesses is between $500,000 and $1 million. How much is this going to cost? Well, business liability insurance premiums vary based on several factors, including the types of service or products that you provide, the number of people you employ, how long you've been in business, and if you had any claims. For most independent contractors, insurance premiums can cost as little as $200 per year, upwards to $100 per month. More complex and larger businesses go way higher than that. Now let's look at health, life, and disability insurance and benefits insuring yourself. Unlike employees, business owners and contractors do not receive health, life, or disability insurance coverage through an employer. If you want to have these coverages for yourself, you need to purchase them on your own. These insurance products are designed to cover yourself and your family. You will want to consider obtaining these types of insurance policies to protect the health and wellness of you and your family, and ultimately the continued success of your company. Let's look at providing benefits to your employees. As discussed previously, liability insurance plans cover a company's employees in the event there is an injury at work, compensation for industrial accidents, for lawsuits, etc. However, this is a completely different type of insurance from providing employees health insurance. Most corporations provide access to life, health, and other types of insurance to their full-time employees mostly. Companies with less than 50 employees are not required by law to provide any health, life, or disability benefits to their employees and will not be penalized for not doing so. However, many small companies do subsidize the cost of personal insurance coverage by offering financial assistance for purchasing personal insurance, while others choose to make insurance available to employees who may benefit from more affordable group rates. It may surprise you to know that employers with 50 or more employees are also not required by law to provide health, life, or disability benefits to their employees, although most offer some type of coverage. With the implementation of the Affordable Care Act, larger employers are provided incentives by the government to provide health insurance coverage to their employees. If the larger employers opt not to provide coverage, there is a penalty levied against those companies through their corporate taxes. For general and professional liability coverage, search for business insurance agencies in your area, in person, or in your country. Not all insurance companies cover all types of business. Specifically, life coaching is not commonly listed as its own business type. Usually it falls under consulting or therapy. Talk to the insurance agent to find out if they will cover what you do. One good company that provides coverage for life coaches is Hiscox Insurance, hiscox.com. They also have a lot of good information on their website. For health, life, and disability insurance, you can get yourself your own policy through healthcare.gov or by researching private insurance companies. If you have employees and you like to offer health benefits, start by exploring healthcare.gov/small businesses or ehealthinsurance.com. If you are in a country outside the United States, the way all insurance works may be completely different from how it's outlined in this lecture. You will need to do research on business and on health insurance in your own country.